because they shut down Periscope. So we're on Rockfin. We should be on Facebook and on our YouTube account. So wherever you're watching or listening, go ahead and give us a share and a subscribe or tag somebody that you think might be interested in listening. Should be a pretty good episode. Looking forward to getting an update from Coach there in St. Louis about the progress that the team has made and kind of where they're at. Obviously, the scheduling there is a little bit different, I think, than what they're used to. So it'll be good to talk to Coach and get that perspective. But without further ado, let's I think I've got JMB on here somewhere. There he is. Coach, how are things in St. Louis tonight? It doesn't look like you're in the Bentley household, so I'm assuming you're in St. Louis in a hotel room, and seeing that smile on your face is kind of the same smile I seen on Sunday afternoon as you took 70% of the starting squad to St. Louis.
Yeah, things are going good here in St. Louis. We've been here 3 days now. Flew out Sunday, and Tuesday we just finished our second round of COVID tests for the entire group today, and happy to report we had all negatives, and we're able to get on the mats today and get our first practice in here at St. Louis. So a little bit different schedule this year. We've had to kind of make some adjustments to our normal routine, but just happy to be here. After last year was taken away, it seems just very blessed and thankful to have 7 guys here ready to compete at the national tournament.
Yeah, and I apologize for everybody. Obviously, Coach is out there in St. Louis with the qualifiers and the rest of the staff. I know we said 8 o'clock, but we're running just a little bit behind, so we'll get caught up here. Good to have Coach on with us, and we'll get things in order here for sure, because it's we're kind of running last minute getting Coach in and to join us. Coach, it's 2 negative tests. I know the last time you and I chatted, I believe was Sunday morning, right before you guys took off. That's kind of a milestone, right? I mean, that passing those 2 negative tests is a real one of the milestones leading into the competition for the team this year.
Yeah, typically, Jeremy, we don't get out here until Tuesday. The tournament starts on Thursday. Typically, we come out 2 days early, get a couple of good workouts in, kind of adjust to the time and schedule, and then we're ready to go on Thursday. But with the protocols that have been in place, and as you can imagine, it's been a very different time. And we flew out Sunday, had our first COVID test yesterday morning, all negative, and then had our second COVID test midday today, and then we were able to get a practice in today around 1 p.m. Central time. So I guess it had been 2 o'clock East Coast time. And so guys are, look good, feel good. Just had a team meal just a few minutes ago, and, just rushed back here to the room to get back here to get on the breakdown with you. But, so far so good. But like you said, we weren't allowed to get on the mats or do any kind of working out here until we had 2 tests negative 24 hours apart.
Yeah, looked like you guys threw together like a last-minute workout there in the pool room yesterday, just trying to get the blood pumping and keep everybody fresh without kind of sitting back and just relaxing today. So it was good to see you guys figured something out there.
Yeah, we had to just kind of make do with what was available to us. Fortunately, we were able to get some cardio equipment brought here to our hotel. We actually had our strength coach, Coach Stork, drove out on Sunday, met us out here with some cardio equipment, things like that we could put in our room, some bikes, some exercise bikes, and some workout equipment. So we put our guys through a little something yesterday to get a sweat going and to kind of get the blood moving a little bit, and then did some hand fighting skills and some some wrestling related skills down by the pool yesterday, and just to kind of keep them moving and until we were able to get on the wrestling mats and get a full practice in.
Hey, Coach Stork, he didn't have a driver in that trailer, did he? He didn't have like a golf driver in there, did he?
Not to my knowledge, no. We had it packed down with supplies to bring out here for these guys.
Yeah. I bet if you've never been standing behind the tee box with a Coach Stork at the tee with a driver in his hand, you are completely missing out on a great opportunity. That young man can, if he connects with the golf ball, it's going a long damn ways away. So, yeah, that's good. That's a good guy to have with you guys there in St. Louis, because I know he's pushing those guys as often as he can. Coach, what's the feel with the team getting out there and being a part of this? Like I said in the opening, we kind of almost feel like we're almost a year to the day almost back to where we was last year. When things were cut short for him. This has got to be pretty exciting for some of these guys. I mean, this is an opportunity that could have happened last year, but ended up falling through the wayside with everything that's gone on.
Yeah, obviously last year was extremely disappointing when the tournament was canceled, and we had 3 seniors that did not have the opportunity to finish their career here at the national tournament. But fortunately, 3 of those qualifiers from last year, Cody Russell, Jonathan Milner, and Thomas Flitz, all qualified again this year. So those guys, I'm sure are thankful to actually be out here and have the opportunity to compete for a national championship. And then, we got 4 new guys out here, with Sean Carter, Anthony Brito, Cody Bond, and Will Formato. You add those 4 guys to the list, and we've got a big contingency out here in the black and gold, and couldn't be more proud of these guys and their preparation leading into this tournament. And they look motivated and ready. They look like a group that's not just happy to be here, but want to come back to Boone with some hardware.
Yeah, we chatted a little bit late the night of the SoCon tournament, coming away with 5 champions that night. Coach, you were kind of like you are today. A lot of smiles, very happy to see that outcome of the team. And those champions to come away, like you said, were Cody Russell, Sean Carter, Anthony Brito, Jonathan Milner, and Cody Bond. Coach, that is I don't know that it can get much more impressive than that. You took 50% of the weight classes in the SoCon as champions in automatic burst to the NCAA. Obviously, Will Formato, a little bit of a disappointing showing there in the SoCon. I'm sure he would probably agree, as well as Thomas Flitz. And to take 7 out of 10 starters to St. Louis, man, that is impressive. And I think we've said it before, and I'll say it again. Kind of unprecedented, right? With a team that, with a program like App State that, it's no secret that it's not fully funded. We don't have all the scholarships we could have. To take 7 guys to the tournament, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a big deal for any team, even if you're fully funded, to get the majority of your team to the NCAA tournament is a big deal. And this is a program record for Appalachian State, 7 qualifiers. Previously, last year we had 6, which was the record that we set last year, and then broke it this year. And we've got a lot of guys that I think deserve to be here. And even like Will Formato and Thomas Flitz. I told both of them this week, or the last 2 weeks I've talked to them about it. I said, look, in 2012 when Kyle Blevins was an All-American and took 4th in the country, most people don't realize that he actually had a bad conference tournament and had to get an at-large bid to even be at the tournament. He was the Southern Conference Wrestler of the Year in 2012, got upset in the conference finals and had to wait for an at-large bid to even get to St. Louis, and then he ended up making the most of his opportunity, becoming, an All-American for us back in 2012. And, I told both those guys, I said, whatever happened to the conference tournament, that's behind us now, and right now it's about making the most of this opportunity in front of you.
Yep. I don't know if you caught last night's episode with Tony and Gravely on, but Tony spoke about that tournament with Kyle. That was kind of the highlight of his career, was seeing Kyle upset the number 1 seed at the NCAA tournaments to go on to take 4th place. So, like you said, it's it's in our DNA. It's what we do as mountaineers. Embrace that challenge and that opportunity that's in front of you. And I would tell you, I think that anybody in the beginning of this season would probably agree with you. The two young men that found themselves in a at-large bid between Will Formato and Thomas Flitz, those are two guys that could do it, easily do it. They can put it together on the mat. They've put it together this season and has shown that they have the ability to reach that level. So, for me, and I know you won't agree with this, Coach, but kind of for me, the surprises as being a fan was the Cody Bonds and the Anthony Burritos. I mean, we, as a fan, we'd heard of the names, but they weren't starting last season, so we really didn't know what to expect from these guys. But to see those two young men walk away with the championship in their weight classes, man, that's got to be exciting, not only for what you guys are facing there in St. Louis, and not to look ahead, but for next season as well. Two young men that have come up and stepped up into that starting roles in those weight classes and literally poured it on the SoCon this season.
Yeah, I mean, all those things I agree with. I think the biggest thing for us is just kind of, focus on what's in front of us. We've really talked about that a lot the last couple of weeks. Is, there's no guarantees in this sport. Look at last year. No one thought that Matt Zavostowski and Kerry Miller would have their last opportunity taken from them. When they were ready for it. So I think at this point, you make it out here, you're focused on this opportunity in front of you. Whether you're an underclassman or not, you got to approach this opportunity like this is your opportunity. And we've talked a lot about that. Like, don't take these opportunities for granted. You're guaranteed nothing. And your best chance to get on the podium or to be a national champion might very well be this year. It may not ever be a better opportunity for you. So you got to approach it that way. I don't think any of these guys are satisfied with just qualifying, and they've looked great in our training and in our preparation, and I fully expect them to compete hard and represent Appalachian State with a lot of pride.
Yeah, I think kind of the takeaway from the guys that I've spoken to from the program that have been in those shoes, and Tony even agreed and said it again last night. The first time that he was there, he completely got caught up in the moment. Kind of being awestruck and that sort of thing. That message to say that this is the opportunity. There may not be another opportunity like this again. Making the most of this opportunity is definitely an appropriate message just from the conversations that we've had here at the Grind with the alumni of the program that's kind of been in their same shoes. And I think, Tony didn't elaborate on it a lot last night, but I think you could tell just in his message, I think he wished he had those 4 years over again to go back and kind of get that last opportunity that he didn't take advantage of. So I think you're right, Coach. That's a great message, especially some of these younger guys that find themselves the first SoCon championships, champion in their weight classes, to grasp what's in front of them. We all know after last season, it's not guaranteed. And Kerry Miller, I think, would be a strong advocate of that same message, as well as Matt Zavatoski. Coach, you've got a great qualifying contingency there. The most that App State has ever sent to the NCAA tournament. What did it feel like getting in those vans with 70% of the starting squad? I mean, you guys walked out of the door and it looked like you guys were headed to a duel. Not typically what we see the App State squad, although the year before that would have been pretty close. But I think admittedly, typically when App State program gets on the bus to go to the NCAA tournaments, there's a couple of guys and the staff that's gone along. To see 7 wrestlers, 70% of the starting lineup climbing those buses to head out, that was pretty impressive. That had to be a pretty proud moment for you as the coach, as long as you've been in a part of this program and the head coach here at App State.
Yeah, definitely. I think back to when I first started coaching, my first couple of years as the coach here at Appalachian, we were qualifying, a couple of guys, 1, 2, 3 guys, and I remember thinking that, a couple of weeks between the conference tournament and nationals, when we just basically had our 2 or 3 qualifiers and a couple of workout partners and our staff, I really, and I've talked about this a lot in our programs. Like, I can't wait to get to the day where our entire team is sticking around training for the national tournament, because we've got pretty much our whole team still in it, and so, Sunday morning before we loaded those vans and I was in the room, and we had a good size group in the room training and working out. It was kind of one of those moments where I kind of, reminisced that moment where I was thinking back and early in my career about, man, this is what we're striving for. We're striving to have the majority of our team, in it all the way to the end, to the national tournament. And so, really proud of that. We've got plenty of work to be done. There's still, we've still got goals in front of us. We've got goals in front of us out here. I've challenged our guys to, could this be, let's try to make it be the best national tournament we've ever had. And, we've got a capable group, and, just anxious for Thursday to get here.
Yeah. Coach, I think another impressive talking point with these 7 qualifiers that you have out there, there's 3 qualifiers nationally that are from North Carolina. I'm sure you probably know what program they're from. They're all from App State, and I know you take a lot of pride in it, and I enjoy the pride that you take in these homegrown guys right out of our backyard, so to speak. In Flitz, we've got Thomas Flitz out of Monroe. We've got Jonathan Milner out of Greensboro and Anthony Burrito out of Wake Forest, North Carolina. That's got to be another moment that you look back on the team and realize that, hey, the only 3 North Carolina guys that are going to this tournament are right here out of our program.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always been a point of pride for me to try to get the best in-state talent and develop it. And, fortunately for us, we've just had a lot of success with North Carolina kids coming through our program, developing, finding success. And, obviously we've had All-Americans and, tons and tons of national qualifiers that are North Carolina natives. And, as you pointed out this year, of the 3 North Carolina natives, all 3 of them are in our program. And so I hope that speaks volumes to the coaches, the high school coaches, the club coaches, the fans, the wrestling fans in North Carolina and the Southeast, that, 6 of our 7 qualifiers are from the Southeast. And so, hopefully that'll help us kind of continue to build our camp system and our fan base, and just a lot of things that kind of help with the funding of our program. And as you mentioned, trying to continue growing our funding to where someday we can be fully funded.
Yeah. If you're a up and coming wrestler, right, and you're a wrestler in North Carolina, a high school wrestler in North Carolina that's got aspirations to wrestle Division I wrestling, let me put it in layman's terms. There's no kid in North Carolina State. There's no kid in NC State or UNC, and there's no kid out of Campbell that are North Carolina natives that are going to the tournament. Let that sink in. Virginia Tech, there's no kid out of Virginia Tech. There's no kid out of any of those schools that are going to the Nationals from North Carolina. If you're a North Carolina kid and you have aspirations to go to that national tournament, what Coach JohnMark does here in Boone is pretty phenomenal with our homegrown talent. Got to definitely have a way of getting those kids in that wrestling room, Coach, and developing the skills that they have, and helping grow the skills that they may not have going into their Division I career. Coach, we've got a pretty exciting schedule coming up. What can you tell us about the schedule so far? I've looked for times that maybe matches, rough estimates of times that maybe matches will start. Haven't been able to find anything, but I know that the first round kicks off on Thursday. Do you have any more details other than that? And it looks like you may be looking for the schedule there. Maybe there's something more that we can say.
Yeah, so as of right now, it's going to look a little bit different than in previous years, just because they're going to have split sessions, meaning that half the weight classes will be in one session, and then the second half of the weight classes will come in on a different session. So the first session will be on Thursday at noon, and it'll be the first 5 weight classes. No, I mean 10 a.m. I'm sorry, 10 a.m. It'll go from 10 a.m. to noon. Which will be the first round of those first 5 weight classes. And then, once that session ends, those lightweights will clear the arena. And then at 1 p.m., the second session starts, which will be the last 5 weight classes. So you've got 10 a.m. be the first session with the first 5 weight classes, which would be Cody Russell, Sean Carter, Anthony Brito, Jonathan Milner, and Cody Bond. And then at 1 p.m., Will Formato, Thomas Flitz will come in, and their first session will be then. Yeah. Then wrestling starts again at 5 p.m., just the same as the morning session. So the first 5 weights will go at 5 to 7 p.m., and then we'll have a 7, I guess it looks like a 7 to, I'm not sure if it's a 7 p.m., maybe it's all one session. Maybe that second one, 2A, is all 10 weight classes. I'll have to check on that. But for sure, I know the first 2 sessions, 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. on Thursday, which would be the first 5 weights and the second 5 weights.
Yeah. It's going to be a little bit different. I think if you're interested in following, which you should be, go to track wrestling. You can go to the national tournament there. You can choose Appalachian State team, and then you can set alerts for the entire team that's out there. All 7 qualifiers, you can set text alerts. They'll tell you when they're getting ready to wrestle, what mat they're expected to be on, and they'll also text you the results of their match. So it'll be a great resource to have. These will be streamed or broadcast on ESPN. I know the finals will be on ESPN National Network, and I believe the first round is maybe on one of the ESPN Pluses or one of the other networks. So if you want to be a part of it, want to watch it, I got to work Thursday and Friday, so I will be streaming it from my work computer, guaranteed, and watching every minute of it that I can watch. Coach, what's kind of the parting shots for tonight? What do we have to look forward to? Hopefully we're back here Saturday night with a couple of guys talking about their run and how far they've got in this tournament. What's kind of your parting shots, and what should we look forward to these coming days of competition?
Oh, looking forward to history being made. We've got the most number of qualifiers that we've ever had. I think we've got the potential to have the best national tournament we've ever had, and I'm looking for having some All-Americans, and hopefully we're going to have a finalist Saturday night. We've got several guys that are capable, and so hopefully you might be watching one of our guys on the center mat on the stage on Saturday evening. That would be a special time.
Yeah, I told you that when I seen you on Sunday, Coach. You've got a couple of guys out there that have a big opportunity in front of them. They could definitely make a big name for themselves and the program this week. So we've kept our fingers crossed, knock on wood. Guys have done well to avoid any issues out there so far. So I'm sure that's probably a big part of your conversations with them probably on an hourly basis. And a big part of their focus is just to stay healthy and make sure that they can show up when they're called to the mat and make sure that they can perform. Coach, we appreciate you. We will circle back. I will get in your ear before the end of the day Saturday so that we can have some of these young men on and you on to talk about their runs for sure, because I definitely think you guys got a great opportunity out there in front of you, and looking forward to watching that team compete.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Jeremy.
All right, Coach. Good luck out there, man. Tell everybody, all the team, that we're pulling for them and looking forward to hearing their stories when they return.
Absolutely. Have a good night.
You too, Coach. Hey, man, if you guys are not pumped about what that team is doing in St. Louis and the opportunity that's in front of them, I don't know that you should call yourself a wrestling fan. To be honest with you, to see 7 young men out there in St. Louis, as a fan, I will admit 2 of these guys, I knew of them, knew that they were first-year starters, but really wasn't on the radar to be out there this season for me. So I'm pretty excited for them. Great opportunity for these guys. And I will tell you, they deserve all the support we can give them. And I will beat this drum until we don't have to beat it anymore. As a program, they deserve to be fully funded for sure. Coach JohnMark has done tremendous work with this program and deserves all those resources and scholarships that he can get to be on equal ground with his peers in our competition, especially within the SoCon. So I say that to say, if you see this team out there with 7 guys and you're not a member of the Yosef Club, please don't hesitate to join. I will tell you, they will take anything that you're willing to commit. It doesn't have to be thousands of dollars. It doesn't have to be hundreds of dollars. A donation and a commitment to donate year after year will go a long way in growing these scholarship funds for programs just like this. Appreciate you tuning in. I look forward to talking to these young men and Coach again on Sunday. Probably going to be our Saturday. Probably going to be a later night Saturday. But at some point, we expect to talk to Coach and a couple of the young men at least. Maybe a handful of them would be nice. But looking forward to it. Check us out. We will keep you posted on our Twitter account about how these guys are doing and how the matches and the outcomes are coming. So check us out there. We'll even also post maybe when they're coming up, what match they're going to be on and where you can expect to watch them. So follow us there. Appreciate you tuning in tonight. Go Apps. We'll see you Saturday.
This has been a production by Yosef Media.